Alrighty, so we have arrived in Pauper's Drop. And what the hell is that thing? Alright, well, welcome back to Let's Play Bioshock 2. So, that is going to be a new enemy type, which we're going to be showing off pretty soon here. But first things first, I guess, I haven't really gone over the different enemy types in this game since the previous one. I haven't really explained what they do and what they are and everything, although if you've seen the previous game's LP, you already know all that. But just as a reminder, I guess, we have the thuggish splicers, which use primarily melee attacks and are essentially the easiest to kill. We have, but they have no, like, and they sometimes can be elementally charged with different elements to where they'll be immune to that certain type of attack or plasmid. That's less common in this game, though, than it was in the previous one. And then we have leadhead splicers, which use guns. In the previous game, they would only use the pistol or the machine gun. In this game, they'll use the pistol, machine gun, or the shotgun, which is quite dangerous, actually. But then we have spider splicers, which we'll find later on, which climb on the walls and ceilings, and they can throw their little hooks at us. And they're pretty tough. And we have the Houdini splicers, which I'll explain when we encounter them, because they're a lot more complicated. And that's pretty much it for your basic enemy types right now, but we're going to be introducing some more later on. These are thuggish splicers right here, as I explained. I swear there was a different way of killing all those three guys right there. Like, there was some kind of explosive barrel we could chuck at them and kill them all at once, but I could be crazy. Or maybe there's some way to sneak up on them while they're distracted with their bizarre ritual here they have going on. They're like little sister worshippers or something crazy like that. But this level is going to introduce a few new game mechanics, but overall it's not really my favorite level, but it gets things going a little bit. So we're going to get a couple new weapons and really get things going here. This is pretty much the first real level, now that we have free access to make choices on our own and the game is not guiding us down a linear path of instructions. We can go and take on whichever Big Daddy we want in whatever order. And complete objectives like that as well, in a non-linear fashion, in true Bioshock fashion.
Looking for me. Wrong turn, Tin Daddy. When we hang you from a street light, choking out your last, I want you to remember my face.
Grace Holloway. Guess we have ourselves a new temporary antagonist. But more on her when we actually get to when she actually gets to do things that are relevant. Over here, this is a security camera. There's actually quite a few things we can hack in this open environment here. And I want to do all that first before we engage the nearby Big Daddy. Because, like I said, I want to have as many things on our side as possible before we do that. We still don't have a whole lot of good firepower. Also, I want to say this is probably the only level in the game that has the Rosie. The Rosie is very uncommon in this game. But I could be wrong about that, but I want to say this is the only level that has a Rosie. And occasionally there will be splicers like that have the security bots under their control, and you can just kill the splicer and the security bot will drop to the ground and we can hack it ourselves. And just like in the previous game, they're extremely easy to hack. But anyway, now is where I'm trying to make decisions as far as like what I'm going to do about the gatherers goes, because we have a main objective that we can go about doing in a non-linear fashion, so we don't have to go directly there right away, but then doing the gatherers along the way is sort of proving to be problematic for me as far as planning this goes. But I'm going to go over here. This is the Sinclair Deluxe. This is Augustus Sinclair's hotel, and we're going to go over here and try to find Grace.
Well, sport, I guess Grace is home, but that big lug just dropped half my damn hotel in your way. Now, to break through that mess, I expect you're going to have to work out how he got so burly. Find yourself a genetic research camera, son. You can pick up any number of tricks from a splicer with one of those. Try the pawn shop downtown.
If I didn't mention so earlier, we have an alternate ammo type for the hacking hack dart gun, or hack tool, whatever it's called the auto hacking dart, and that allows us to, well, auto hack it. We instantly succeed the hack when the dart collides with the object. So I like to use those on safes because safes are obnoxious to hack, just like in the previous game. So when in doubt, just auto hack it. It's better than having an alarm be set off.
Nobody was supposed to reside down here long term, but
And as you can see here, we were maxed out on first aid kits and Eve hypos, and we're maxed out at 5 respectively in this game, unlike the previous game where we could have 9 of each. I think I explained that in the first video, though. But I'm trying to make sure I've covered all the bases with this game. Yeah, we can't get through there right now. Trying to make sure my security bot is following me here. I guess the next thing I want to do is go pick up a new weapon. Now, this little diner here that's in the main square of Pauper's Drop here has a few, as far as I know, it has a few ways to get inside. I'm going to try the roof here because I know there's a turret up here I want to hack. And that'll be useful for any enemies that impede our progress. We have to reload it. We have to reload after every shot. There we go. And that way it's not fighting amongst my security bot there. We have 2 allies instead of 1 fighting amongst another enemy that is going to ultimately result in a stalemate. I swear there's some way to get in this building through the roof. Could be crazy. I think I'm crazy, but anyway, I want to go over here because there's an audio diary over here. We're going to get that. And, oh, there's a tonic as well. Okay, Hacker's Delight. Hacker's Delight was one we used quite a bit in the previous game where we heal a little bit when we have succeeded in a hack. It's not really that great, but it's nice to have. I usually like to keep it early in the game, but we need some more slots now before we're able to equip that. We need quite a few more slots, actually, because we're going to get a lot of good tonics pretty soon.
She's offering free mental counseling on Sundays. When I go, I get the feeling she's got a plan for Rapture. And for me.
Yeah, if you do decide you want to take down that Big Daddy right now and get that little sister, then definitely have that security bot or that turret or that camera down there on your side. But I suppose while this is kind of a slow sequence right here, I'm still trying to figure out how to get in this building. But I suppose in the meantime, I can talk about a few other things I got. I got some new games recently. Some original Xbox titles that are not backwards compatible with the 360 that I've been considering playing, and I might one day decide to LP them if I can get good enough at them. There's some like you know, above average sort of forgotten gem FPS games that I would like to play. I know they're not going to be anything spectacular, but I'd still be curious to play them. Okay, we clearly can't blow our way through the ceiling here. I don't know why. I should have test played this more thoroughly so I could know what I'm doing here. But oh well, there's got to be some way to get through here on the ground then. But 3 games I got Unreal 2: The Awakening for the original Xbox. Let's see, we can't get in through the front door. That's probably what I'm thinking of here. I wonder if we can just hop. Yeah, there we go. Just hopping through the window. Curious to play that game. We got I got Soldier Fortune 2 Double Helix, and I got a game called Project Snowblind, which is the one I'm most excited to be playing because it's made by IDOS and it has a very Deus Ex style aesthetic to it. So, all right, here we get our new weapon. It's the shotgun, and it's like all great FPS games. It's a double barrel shotgun, so it's obviously my favorite weapon in the game. And let's demonstrate it. Kablam! Yeah, how we like it. The downside is, instead of firing both barrels and having to reload every shot, it does fire one at a time. It's still obscenely powerful, but it's a little bit of a drawback from the one in the previous game where you could fire 4 shots before you had to reload. This one can only fire 2. But there is an upgrade that will change that, of course. But it's nice and retro. It's, you know, it's the coach gun. It's utterly badass, and I love it to death. Double barrel shotgun is always one of my favorite weapons whenever they include it in FPS games. It's a horribly impractical weapon in real life, but when it's as good as it is in like Doom 2 or Quake 2, you can't go wrong with it. Some of these enemies that come in and attack us here are scripted, and they'll unlock the front door for you by breaching their way in, I guess, but that's just part of the, similar to the scripted sequence in the first game when we first pick up the shotgun, although not quite as good. Well, yeah, if you think the shotgun is awesome now, just wait until we get the upgrades for it. Oh boy.
Religious rights, Doctor.
Yeah,
You're free to kneel before whatever
the shotgun is now going to be my highest priority for upgrading weapons too.
of your own home.
Okay, so now there's that Rosie over here. I think we should take this guy down and take the little sister so we can go ahead and do a gather in this area right here. Because there's a gatherer's garden machine in this area, and there's also plenty of corpses we can gather from that have a good surroundings around them. So this is probably the area where I'd recommend doing the first takedown of the Big Daddy and the first sequence of gather. So I'm going to go ahead and start on that. Whenever I decide I want to attack this guy, I'm kind of waiting for the dialogue to go through here. I love hearing Andrew Ryan and Sophia Lamb do debates. Okay, so he cornered himself in the entryway here, and this is to the back room area of that shop, which we can still access a few items in there. Again, using the Electrobolt to stun him and the shotgun to do damage. We don't have a whole lot of ammo for it. It can carry a decent amount of ammo, but the fact we have to reload every 2 shots is kind of a bummer. But that's probably the most powerful thing we have. The heavy ribbons would also be good, but other than that, we really don't have a lot of firepower right now. So, wow, I just tried to hit him with a hack dart. That was lame. Yeah, heavy ribbons are doing a pretty good damage, good amount of damage for how much ammo they have. Come on, you can do it. There we go. I don't think the Big Daddies take location damage at all. Like, I don't think we can get technical headshots on them. Come here. Another thing you'll notice right away, since we decided to do an evil run, one thing you'll notice right away is because we harvested if the majority of the little sisters you capture are harvested, then the little sisters will cower from you when you defeat their Big Daddy. And when you attempt to pick them up, they'll cower from you and they'll be really submissive. But if the majority of them have been rescued, then they will be like, "Yay, let's go gather some Adam," and they'll be like really happy to see you. So right away you can see the results of our choices being taken into account early on. So went ahead and hacked this machine over here. We're gonna buy some more double up buck so we can stock up on that for the first gather here. And again, as far as the setup for this gather goes, there really isn't one. It's just the trap rivets again. That's the only thing I have thus far, but we're gonna be getting some more stuff pretty soon here. Make sure the drill is good ammo, and of course save. Like I said, this is not one of my favorite levels, and this is definitely a good place in the game where the gatherers definitely feel like they're padding the game out a bit. Otherwise, this level will be over quite quickly. But despite the fact we're kind of out in the open here, there's really not a whole lot of resistance here. This is actually a pretty good location to do a gather, because for some reason it's either there's just not a lot of enemies that spawn here, or they just have a hard time getting to the action zone, sort of. I don't think it's really a shortcoming of the AI or anything. It's just sort of forcing them to spawn in locations that are kind of unnatural for them to occur in. Machine gun's still pretty good at this point, but as the enemies start scaling to difficulty, it'll start to fall behind a little bit. We're gonna have to get some upgrades for that as well. Pretty soon here, I think within this level, the enemies will start using the machine gun too. Enemies didn't start using the machine gun until almost the end of the first game. There you go. Alright, come here.
Are you gonna...
So that's the first gather down. We've got one more to do with this little sister, then we can move on to the next one after we get some upgrades.